Well, this can't be good. U.S. unemployment claims rise. Initial claims for benefits jumped to highest level since pandemic began. Fed chairman says job market has a long way to go. That's I, the long-term damage is going to be inside. I tell you, and it's because this lady right here, she's not wearing a mask. That's why. If she were wearing a mask, we'd all be safe. I'm just joking. That's what they're going to tell you. They're going to say, not everyone's wearing a mask. We need to imprison people who are not wearing masks. This ain't good. No other way around that. The number of workers filing for jobless benefits posts its biggest weekly gain since the pandemic hit. The number of workers who filed for jobless claims hit the biggest. It was the biggest gain since the pandemic hit. Application for unemployment claims rose by 181,000 to almost 1 million. The total ending for the week was the highest in nearly 5 months and put claims well above the 800,000. Chairman Jerome Powell says we are well a long way from maximum employment. You guys can all friggin' kiss my big fat behind. I'm friggin' pissed, man. The U.S. labor market recovery stalled last month with a December jobs report showing that the U.S. lost 140,000 payroll positions. The economic recovery slowdowns included weakness in household spending, not inflationary, though economists expect the economy to rebound later this year as the vaccine is distributed throughout the population. They're putting their hopes on the vaccine. This is insane. What we're seeing is an employment claims a reminder that we're likely to lose more jobs before we get to the end of the crisis. Delayed findings by workers over the Christmas and New Year's and the 300-week and extra jobless benefits included a coronavirus relief package signed into last month could have contributed to the climate claims. So that's my concern. Delayed filings by workers over Christmas and New Year's, but the $300 extra jobless benefits. So if you don't have a job and you're going to get jobless benefits, if you're going to get jobless benefits, you can quickly find yourself without a job in which to get those jobless benefits instead of working at a crappy old job. It's UBI. This lady said the claims increase and drop in December employment signaled broader labor market deterioration. Employers got 140,000 jobs in December. The leisure and hospitality industry bore the brunt, shedding almost 500,000 jobs. The consumer spending revival that buoyed the economy throughout much of 2020 is showing signs of a retreat as well. Household spending declined for the first time in 7 months in November, with household income slipping as well. Another sign comes from the increase in number of people collecting unemployment benefits through regular state programs. So-called continuing claims rose to 5.3 million, up from 5.1 earlier. Many individuals are experiencing spells of unemployment so long they have exhausted their benefits altogether. Hunter Keegan, who's 27 in Fairfax, said he lost his job as a corporate recruiter for a healthcare company in April. He said immediately began applying for work in the greater D.C. area and in other parts of the country where the labor market is being well. Some of these led to interviews, even a few offers, but he fell through, and then he received his last unemployment check. He said he no longer has any idea how long it'll take him to find a job. I've been out of work for 8 months, and I need to get back in the workforce. Other recent data suggests an economic slowdown is underway. The recovery in the number of available jobs online reversed course toward the end of December. Seasonal quirks and passage last month of a $900 billion relief bill could have muddied the claims picture somewhat. The number of initial claims in those receiving state benefits typically pick up the first week after a 2-week period, says a lady from the Employee America. The number of initial claims in those receiving state benefits usually pick up the first 2 weeks after the Christmas. The relief package signed by President Trump could have also distorted the trend of the past few weeks. State efforts to implement the new extension may have created backlog in the final week of 2020. Who knows? Many economists anticipate a labor market rebound because the economists always know what they're talking about. Beth Ann Bovino from Bovine University. You know what I'm talking about? Bovine. If you know what I'm talking about, Bovine University, give me a thumbs up. Expects that to happen in the second half of 2021, but warns that the labor market could well worsen in the coming months. it's bad, man. I tell you, this isn't good. The long term devastation is just unaccounted for. It's absolutely disgusting behavior by our governments, and yet we go along with it, man. We go along with it. I don't know why. I don't get it. You're like, what would you do? I don't know. I mean, by God, I freaking, I wear my mask when I'm told to. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I just, I wish we would have. I just, I'm enough. All right. Well, there you go. That's non-inflationary. All right. We'll see you.